Hello hummingbirds. I just stopped by to see how everyone is doing. I don't know what I'd do without lunch therapy. There is so much wickedness going on in the world. Thank God for this small haven of goodness and humor.
I also love to come to lunch therapy Barefoot Tuesday and just kick off my boots and let my bloody, calloused, blistering feet rest. Sometimes I cool them in the stream and Boney rubs aloe vera on them. I wish I had an animated plastic skeleton, who is also a medical doctor, like Boney, but at least I can visit at noon every Tuesday and Friday.
But enough about us. Let's get into this show we call Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy, Barefoot Tuesday. Cue the music, Boney.
That was pretty cool, having those elves, those aged elves, some of them youthful, introducing the show. I really appreciate that. And I love what the second guy said about Boney and how Boney rubs aloe vera on his blistering feet as he soaks them in the stream. It's a beautiful image. It's a beautiful image. So glad to be here. Hi, Rob. Hi, Claster fan. Hoy. Hoy. I broke one of the rules. I said hi when I meant hoy. So great to have you here. Today is a very special day because one of our hummingbirds is taking flight tomorrow on Netflix. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but Just Jay Patterson. Oh, behind me is a red panda, by the way, scratching his ear in slow motion. It's one of the benefits of the show. But yes, Just Jay Patterson, the amazing comedian. We're going to have a segment from her today on the show. But she has found herself in the box called Netflix. And she is going to be in this show called The Trust. There is a picture of The Trust, and it is dropping tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to see Just Jay. Just Jay is right above the cat on my head. And here's an insert picture of this. There she is. She looks kind of like she's got something up her sleeve. And I think she does, because she always has something up her sleeve. She always has something hilarious and funny to say. Today we're going to have a segment from her. Richard Gaddas is here. Good afternoon, hummingbirds. Good afternoon, EME, a.k.a. Kamala. Good afternoon, Joel. Your favorite songbird has entered the nest, exclamation point. Yes, Richard Gaddas, by the way, is having a concert this weekend. And we're going to say that at Saints and Sinner. That is on January 13th, this Saturday night. Doors open at 6:30. Showtime at 7:30. Hope you all be there. He's a wonderful singer of Sinatra-type songs. Tony Bennett, Bobby Darin. He's got a lot of new stuff, too. If you've seen him before, you're going to hear some new tunes. And I'm thinking we should have a watch party for the Just Jay premiere on Netflix. Dong dong, dong dong. Yes, there's going to be a lot of cats in the show today, I'll tell you. A lot of cats in the chat room, a lot of cats on the head. Let's see if we can get another cat on here. There's another one. Congrats, Just Jay. So Friday at 7 o'clock. Seems like a good time. I'm going to watch Just Jay Patterson on Netflix in the show they call The Trust. And I'm going to do it in a way that maybe we can have a watch party. There's a show in the link notes. There's a link in the show notes for something called Teleparty. You pop it in your Chrome browser, and you're good to go. More on that once I figure out how it works. But I signed in. I popped into my Chrome browser so we can chat. We did this once before. We can chat as we watch the episode. Everything will be synchronized. Maybe we'll have to test this thing out. I don't know. Hoipy Boyfriend Thursday, Jose Salas. Congrats from Lalitha to Just Jay. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And for those of you that don't have Netflix, you better grab yourself a stick. I don't know what that means. Whack yourself for not having it. That's what you have to do. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think we need to breathe. Here we go. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Very good. Very good. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I have been doing the thing that I said I was going to do, and that is flossing. I've been flossing every single day, whether I need it or not. But also, I have been doing this thing where I look in the mirror and I breathe and I say, you know, I love myself, I trust myself, I value myself, I honor myself. It's going pretty well. One more. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Behind me is Los Angeles as it is right now in this very moment. Doesn't seem like winter here. For all of you people that are in the freezing cold, you should come on down to Los Angeles. Check out the stars on the Walk of Fame. Take a dip in a freezing cold pool somewhere and pretend it's not winter. That's what I'm doing. I got bare feet because it's Barefoot Tuesday. Happy Jay. I can't wait for the viewing party that Joel will do. Yes, viewing party Friday at 7 p.m. We're watching The Trust. Got to get that thing called Teleparty. Click the link in the show notes. Okay, so now I have hit that home. And then also Richard Gaddas this Saturday night, 7:30. Doors open at 6:30 at Saint and Sinner in the Valley. Now some poetry therapy. All right. Okay, we got a hummingbird here. So we're going to do a little poetry therapy today because, well, it's been a tough weekend. It's been a tough weekend for old Joel here because both of my football teams, done. Prematurely done. Well, one of them, the Huskies, Washington Huskies, went to the championship. It's impossible to get to the championship. You have to win every single game of the season, and still you have to win the game after the season, and then you have to get into this thing. Took forever. We worked so hard to get there, and then we lost. And not only did we lose, but we lost to Michigan. I mean, come on. Long-time rival, many sad times on the field with Michigan. And this was another one. Hopefully this is not a spoiler for anybody. Also, Seattle Seahawks, they're done for the season. Even though they won their game by a missed field goal, they're done. Look at these hummingbirds. They're like kissing hummingbirds. But because of that, I think we need a poem. I think we need a poem to get ourselves back on track. Because one of the things I realized, because, you know, after you have loss, even if it's just, you know, your football team, you have to kind of reconcile, like, wow, you know, I spent all that time watching those football games, got so involved in it. And you know what? The path that you're on is maybe not a path that is going to a destination. Maybe that was the fun. That was the fun part. And I think about things like reality programs like The Trust that Jay is in, or like I'm a big fan of Survivor. The fun is in the middle. It's in the middle of it. The fun is not at the end when they award the winner. Some of us even forget. Like I can't even remember who won the last one. It was so involved. But it's actually the being involved that is the fun part, not the end, not seeing who wins. And this poem speaks a little to this. This is a poem that kind of came to me through Camila Lopez, one of our incredible viewers. That Seahawks game was so good. Well, yeah, it was good because we won, right? But alas, we lost in the end. But you know what? It was not about that. Hummingbirds on a beautiful day, they fly in the air in a wonderful way. That is a nice haiku there, Claster fan. So that'll launch us into this poem. Here we go. Poetry therapy. Poetry therapy, yes. So this is the poem. It was written during the Spanish-American War. This is Antonio Machado wrote this poem back in the day, and it is this. Traveler, your footfalls are the only road. There is no other. Traveler, there is no route. The way is made by your footsteps. Your steps make the way, and on looking back, you will see a path, never again to be trod. Traveler, there is no road. Just your wake in the waters. Wow. That's pretty cool. And that is translated by I Swear English, which is a YouTube channel. Check it out. He was explaining this poem to me because, I don't know, I think it just kind of needed it today. You know, because a lot of times we're like trying to find our path. Trying to find out, like, what's my next thing? I even asked ChatGPT yesterday what I should do. And it gave me a whole agenda. But the fact is, there is no path. And that's why sometimes asking other people or trying to get other people to tell you what to do, even if it's ChatGPT, they can't. Because you're making your own path. Yeah. They might have been lovebirds. Love hummingbirds. Love hummingbirds. So on that note, with this poem, the reason this poem came to us is because of this song. And we're going to have Oscar Cruz here singing this delightful song. Yes, turned into song, which was my late father's favorite. So what happened was Camila said, hey, you got to listen to this song. This is a great song. It was my dad's favorite song. And this is a busker singing this song. And I will try to be quiet. The translation of the words will be coming across the screen so you can see. And you can see the relationship to this poem. Here it is, a little poetry therapy with music, Oscar Cruz.
Todo pasa y todo queda, pero lo nuestro es pasar haciendo camino sobre la mar. Nunca perseguí la gloria y dejar en la memoria de los hombres mi canción. Yo amo los mundos sutiles, ingrávidos y gentiles, como pompas de jabón. Me gusta verlos pintarse de sol y grana, volar bajo el cielo azul, temblar súbitamente y quebrarse. Nunca perseguí la gloria. Nunca perseguí la gloria. Hace algún tiempo en ese lugar donde hoy los bosques se visten de espinos, se oyó la voz de un poeta gritar: caminante, no hay camino, se hace camino al andar, golpe a golpe, verso a verso, golpe a golpe, verso a verso, golpe a golpe, verso a verso. Murió el poeta lejos del hogar, le cubre el polvo de un país vecino. Al alejarse le vieron llorar. Caminante, no hay camino, se hace camino al andar, golpe a golpe, verso a verso, golpe a golpe, verso a verso, golpe a golpe, verso a verso.
That's great. Well, that was lovely. I'm like, what is happening next on this show? I don't even know. This show is just kind of happening. But that was a beautiful rendition there. Thank you, Equal Means Equal, Camila Lopez, for turning us on to that song. It's helpful. You know how they say, like, it's the journey, it's not the destination. I like the visual of the bubbles too that were in that song. The translation that I had across the screen was not in sync, but it was the best I could do. You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you. So now moving on, this is a waterfall. This is an incredible waterfall. It's hard to believe sometimes these things exist on our planet, and like I have never seen this waterfall before. It is the Skogafoss waterfall in Iceland. Is that right, Boney? Skogafoss? Let's take a look. Fact checking. Skogafoss. Well, Boney, you know, that was pretty close. It's actually with a K. Skogafoss. And there's a, you know, some kind of accent or something over the O, but anyway, this is a waterfall in Iceland. This is on a massive river. And there are actually multiple waterfalls, and this is the biggest one. It's quite beautiful. In fact, there is lore. Yeah, is that real? I know. Is it real? It is. It's real. And it is also, there's lore that says that there is actually a treasure behind the waterfall. But no one has gotten back there to see it yet. Maybe Adventure Jeff, Super Jeff Lohman could get himself behind the waterfall, get the present, bring it back home to Lunch Therapy. Greatly appreciate that. Now, the next thing I have for you today, and I mean, this show keeps giving. The famous Just Jay, or soon to be famous after tomorrow when she's on The Trust, she has given us another jigsaw puzzle, and I really wish Blas was here because Blas loves it when Just Jay does a jigsaw puzzle. Lalitha, yes, one of your favorite songs, I'm sure. It was beautiful. And that guy's rendition of it was wonderful. So, Just Jay, comedian. She's doing another puzzle. Here it is. See what happens.
Good morning, Joel.
Good morning.
It's Tuesday, January 2nd.
Well,
And yes, I do have more important
yes.
things to do, but it's that time of year that I do put a puzzle out. And this is 1,000 pieces called the Happy Hippie Shop. And my Jigsaw puzzle buddy is coming over this afternoon, and we're going to start with putting these edges together. I don't even know if my table's big enough. So anyway, Happy New Year, everybody.
That looks like a serious puzzle. It looks like with she's like taking on the next level of puzzle, I think, because this is, you ever heard of a schmuzzle? Kind of like a puzzle, but all the pieces are the same or something? I don't know. Ever heard of that? Anyway, this sounds cool. Look forward to seeing that finished, seeing that completed. Maybe last year or maybe the year before. I don't know. I think it was last year. We really challenged Just Jay to finish that puzzle because we didn't want anything left undone. And I'm sure we will be seeing this 1,000-piece puzzle completed before we know it. I just want to point out, Todd Lee said my daughter Lindsay went there, said it was amazing. She went to the Skogafoss? Did she climb to the top? Because apparently there are these steps that you can climb all the way to the top of the Skogafoss. And I mean, it's very dangerous. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like it was super dangerous. So I hope Lindsay had a good time there. Next, some wildlife therapy. And I want to say thank you to Kate Gemmell, who has been providing incredible wildlife therapy for us all. And just from the end of last year to now, 2024. Let's get into this. All right, we got the mongoose today. This is a video by Kate Gemmell about the mongoose. So there are 30 mongoose species in the world. They are native to Africa and also Asia, Southern Europe, but some species have spread beyond that. Maybe we could get some in our yard. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. The correct plural term is actually mongooses, although mongoose is actually recognized by a few dictionaries. They're like, fine, mongoose. Pretty soon they'll have octopi in there. This language is just going to shit. But it really sounds, mongoose sounds a little like monkeys. So I don't want anybody to get confused. Look at that cute guys. They're cute. One of the smallest mongoose species is the yellow mongoose. And it is so tiny, 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 it only weighs about a pound. I want a yellow mongoose, Daddy! Yellow mongooses will start their day emerging from their burrow, lounging at the entrance, sunbathing, much like I start my day after I crawl up into a ball and sob for half an hour. Then I'm good to go. I'm out in the sun. It's great. Mongoose, dwarf mongoose, geese. I can say geese. Whew. Smallest African carnivores, the mongoose, the dwarf mongoose. Yeah. Also, to kill their prey, mongooses bite off their heads. They bite off their prey's heads, which I think is quite rude, although who knows, maybe a quick headless death is better. Maybe it's better. Dwarf mongooses are also water independent. Excuse me. Water independent, which means they can survive for long periods of time without any water. The highest ranking mongoose in a pack is typically an older dominant female. So they're matriarchal. The mongoose and the meerkat are part of the same family, and they look pretty similar. And sometimes I wish my cat Charlie was a meerkat. But he is merely a cat. All right. Mongooses can tolerate a certain amount of snake venom, while meerkats can tolerate scorpion venom. And my cat, Charlie, he can go for up to 30 minutes without a greenie. Yeah. Mongooses are considered to be cat-like animals. They're actually related to cats. They're able to eat venomous snakes because the venom doesn't enter in their bloodstream. Theoretically, humans could do the same, but it's not recommended. It's not recommended. Mongooses have been known to kill one of the most dangerous animals on Earth, the cobra. Yep. And you know what they do? They eat the entire snake, including the venom sacs. Yeah. All mongooses have fox-like faces. And if a mongoose is red, it's hard to tell the difference between a red mongoose and a fox. Foxy mongoose. Yeah. Doom, doom, jing. Depending on the species, a group of mongooses can be called a mob, pack, gang, troop, or band. I used to manage a mongoose band. They were called the sack eaters. And some mongoose species routinely crack open eggs, nuts, shelled creatures like crabs, and drops them on rocks. They just drop them on rocks, crack it open, and they're like, oops, I cracked open a crab, and then they just eat them. Yeah. And mongoose pups will beg for food by making a high-pitched chirping noise like a baby bird. That's cool. That is cool. All right, well, that has been wildlife therapy for today. Yeah, it's beautiful. Really some great footage there from Kate Gemmell. The French were fans of decapitations as well as the mongoose. Maybe mongoose? No, they're African. They're not French. I don't know. Maybe the French learned from the mongoose. They like the decapitations. You know what? We're going to have to end the show because it's been a half an hour, unfortunately. I have some broken news. Just want to do one broken news before we go. Broken news. Okay, the broken news today is very intense. Cats behind bars. Yep, cats behind bars. There was an article by Jack Nikas published in the New York Times last week. And it is about the relationship between inmates in Chile's largest prison and cats. For decades, there were hundreds of these cats living in this prison, roaming the walls, eating the rats, navigating between the cells, and nobody really thought about them too much. Prison guards just kind of ignored them. But over time, the prisoners started to interact with the cats, take them as pets. Cats were sleeping, and sometimes they'd be sleeping in a cell of 10 people. And the inmates would say, well, I think the cat likes me more because it spends more time in my bed. And they fell in love with these cats. Carlos Nunez, an inmate serving a 14-year sentence for home burglary, spoke about the positive impact for caring for cats during his incarceration. And he noticed that looking after cats brought a new sense of responsibility and care, something the inmates hadn't experienced outside prison. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. They form these bonds with these cats, and sometimes when their time is up, they often take the cat with them. So that's a little positive broken news there for you. See, cats can be good. A lot of times in prison also they use horses. There's a great movie about that. think there's a documentary. I think there's a fictional, truth-based movie. Forget what it was called. About inmates and horses. And then dogs as well. But I think cats, are pretty well suited towards prison life. Anyway, it's time for dance break. I got the Darzies here today. Wonderful rendition of a song you all know and love by Simon and Garfunkel. You know what? Just one more thing. Mongooses can be pets. Just so you know. But they will tear the place up, and they're very irritable, and they'll cause all kinds of trouble. So I don't necessarily recommend it, but I would love to have one. Dance break time. Thanks for being here, everybody. Remember Richard Gaddas this Saturday night. Remember The Trust. Friday night, 7 p.m. Watch party. Download the thing that's in the Google add-in or whatever, so we can chat. Get all the dish on the show. Dance break time. These are the Darzies. They're one of my favorites. They always give their own flair, Give their own flair to the covers. That astronaut out of here, bro.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray.
Got a great guest on Friday. Her name is Tuesday Thomas. You are going to love her. It's going to be super interesting. You won't want to miss this one. Hilarious comedian. Got a new film coming out. Veteran comedian. Veteran performer.
Grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Let's see the joke.
Loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God
Let me see this.
please, Mrs. Robinson.
Hold on, there's stuff happening.
For those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
We got some breaking news happening just right at the end of this. We're going to have a post-dance break.
It's a little secret, just a Robinson's affair.
All right, thank you, Darcy's. But this just in, breaking news. All right, I just want to point out that we heard from Blas here, Richard Gaddas, Saint and Sinners. Nice to see you, Blas. Sending out some healing vibrations this Saturday night. Yes. And what else is happening here? I just don't want to miss it. Cluster fan, the Santana cover intro. Rented a camper with 2 friends, drove around Iceland. Yes, she hiked to the top. It was a misty, rainy day. Not so nice. It's not as nice as that photo, but still awesome. Wow. Okay, we heard more about the waterfall. Blas, great to hear from you. I like this sort of excitement. Yes. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you are well. Yeah. I don't know how I missed that. Boney, why did you not tell me about this? It's fantastic. All right. Now we're over and out. Thanks for being here for Lunch Therapy. We'll see you on Friday. As soon as we can. We're going to figure out that watch party for Friday at 7 p.m.